Whereas what we've been able to do with YouCanBookMe is really customize that frame. It's really quite nice and minimalist, so it's not overbearing on the branding side of things. And the idea that it cuts down friction. Is there time available? Yes. Okay, easy book. I think it's 2 clicks, and then they're basically there. Is the main thing why we use YouCanBookMe on all our websites now.
I'm joined today by Ben Staker, who is the Managing Director of Your E-Commerce Accountant and a long-time YouCanBookMe customer. Thank you so much for joining us, Ben. I really appreciate your time. Tell me a little bit about what you do and why you do it.
Yeah, so we're a UK-based accountancy firm, and we focus solely on e-commerce clients, so people who sell on stuff like Amazon, Etsy, eBay, and Shopify. And the reason why we do it is just because it's quite a complex area, which has got a lot of data sets required to reconcile their sales, but also like VAT treatment. So what we do is we understand that. We've developed our own software as well to connect into those clients so they can understand their business and ultimately make better decisions.
It sounds like you're quite tech-based. So obviously they're e-commerce, so they're technically based their sales. So what kind of other technology are you bringing into that mix to help them with that process?
Yeah, so basically it's about moving large data sets from, say, Amazon, where they might make 10,000, 20,000 sales a month. Traditional accountants are trying to reconcile that monthly. So like each sale, they'll try and bring into their accounting system. That doesn't really work for e-commerce. So we've focused on getting APIs and linking into Amazon and linking into the accounting software and then bringing those sales in. So it's efficient, it's cost effective for them, and it's accurate.
And have you always focused on e-commerce, or was there a moment in time where you thought, these people need my help, these are the people I can help, and this is what I'm focusing on?
Yeah, I mean, when we started the business, it was mainly focused on e-commerce from the start, because I'd sold some stuff on eBay and Amazon as a business, and I was like, this is like when I was doing my own books, like you could either spend hours and hours and hours doing it, or you could think of a better way. And I started thinking of better ways of doing it, and then it naturally just progressed into offering like e-commerce accountancy services for clients, and using that solution I developed, and then continuing to develop that, and then offering that to our client base.
When did you start? What year did you start?
Yeah, we started in 2017, and we grew quite steadily. We're now a team of 30 and growing. So we've had quite a significant amount of growth, and that's really come from, there's been a huge wave since around 2020 in e-commerce, companies being created and run. You know, people are moving away from the high street, basically. There's more and more e-commerce businesses being created, or if you are staying on the high street, you've normally got a website as well. And that's powered by Shopify, and then all your sales, which you make in your store, are actually going through your website as well.
Are some of your clients high street they have bricks and mortar as well as e-commerce? They're not. So I kind of imagined when you were first talking, I kind of imagined they were like mom and pop businesses, like Etsy kind of people. But are these, you're actually looking at big clients as well?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we started off on smaller clients, like up to like 250K turnover a year. But as you become better at it, we really own the kind of software space to make it really easy for people to understand their numbers. It just made sense that we started offering more and more services to say bigger clients who actually needed better numbers. Even though you're a smaller client and you need an accountant, as you get bigger, you actually need to understand your numbers more to make sure that you are making a profit. Because a lot of the people who come to us, they might buy loads of stock, sell it, and then when we come to do the accounts, it's like you didn't make anything because they didn't have an ongoing handling of their numbers. So a lot of what we do is making sure they understand their monthlies, month on month, quarter on quarter.
If you could go back to those first days of the business, what advice would you give today to the person back then?
There are certain things which I would do differently in terms of hiring. I would hire more staff more quickly rather than kind of trying to service a lot of staff early doors. I think having the right people around you at the right level who can add value is a lot better early on if you can afford it, because it means that you can then start developing the business in other ways.
Tell me a little bit about how you get customers.
So we got 2 channels basically. Our main focus is through our website. Not all e-commerce clients are based in a geographical area, and a lot of accountants focus on having a shop and then having a local client base where they'll walk past the shop, they'll come in and they'll buy something. So I need my accountant, you're local, I'll go to you. Whereas these e-commerce clients are all over the UK and some of them all over the world. So we actually market ourselves through our website. So we rank on Google and Bing to make sure that we're the top terms for e-commerce. We're cited on ChatGPT and things like that. So a lot of it is organic, to be fair. We are kind of the market leader in terms of the UK, in terms of e-commerce accountancy. So if someone Googles our name or Googles e-commerce or e-commerce accountants, we pop up. And then the other channel we use is YouTube. Again, it's organic. We create the video. We try and really just help people. And we get a lot of people, you know, communicating that they need help or they'd love a consultation, and they come through that route. With an accountancy firm, the key thing is trust. You need to trust your accountant. For something like YouTube, you can kind of almost have a conversation with them before they've even picked up the phone.
Have you built an app or something that your clients log into, and that's how everything gets connected with your APIs?
Yeah, that's it. So we've built it's called Ecom Ledger, and so it's available to other people as well. We built it for our firm, but we built it with the idea that other firms who've got e-commerce clients can use it and start basically doing the accounting for e-commerce clients themselves. Nice. Not everyone wants to move to an e-commerce accountant. Some of them might want to stay with their local accountant, but they need the kind of software to be able to actually deal with the volume. And that's what we do. So it's called Ecom Ledger. So we've developed that in-house, and yeah, that's a lot of our focus.
I'm really interested about this because you've got a couple of income streams there. Let's go back to 2016, 15, whatever. You're selling things, e-commerce yourself. You're realizing this is actually difficult and complicated, and you come up with a solution that you think, okay, other people could use this solution, or other people could maybe use my advice.
Yeah, no, exactly. So other accounts, you know, come along, they might ask for a demo, and then we say that use this. It's cost effective. It's kind of built for you. All the other software like this is kind of built for the seller or the business, so that it's kind of not built with the idea that an HMRC audit might come around.
Tell me a little bit about YouCanBookMe. What made you realize you needed an online scheduling tool, and what then led you to YouCanBookMe?
So we've always used an online scheduling tool. So it's one of the first, when we built the website, we've always used one. And obviously we went with your main competitor. We used Calendly, and it was good. When we started developing, say, other areas of the business, not just e-commerce, but we've got some other accountancy focuses that we're growing. We've got Your Accountant, which is kind of a generalist accountancy firm, which we're growing. We've got other sites like Your Influencer Accountant for influencers and things like that. And we needed software which we just wanted one place where we could maybe change the branding on each calendar. We wanted multiple calendars with different rule sets, and YouCanBookMe basically came top marks on that, and we started using that. And I think the main thing which I go for on these booking softwares is that there's a lot of them, but having something quite agile and quite easy to look at is key. Because the idea when someone comes to your website, you want as least friction as possible for them to book a call. And YouCanBookMe basically has less friction than Calendly, because Calendly you have to go through a few steps. It's a bit clunky. To get it in the right frame is quite hard on the website. Whereas what we've been able to do with YouCanBookMe is really customize that frame. It's really quite nice and minimalist, so it's not overbearing on the branding side of things. And the idea that it cuts down friction, so someone could be like, is there time available? Yes. Okay, easy book. I think it's 2 clicks, and then they're basically there. Is the main thing why we use YouCanBookMe on all our websites now.
You have the team feature turned on as well. So you've got, when you say round robin, so that's several people on your team who could be booked. Any one of them, doesn't matter who get booked, but it's based on their availability behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's it. And because YouCanBookMe, you know, allows multiple calendars, we've been able to use this in recruitment, things like that. You know, just standard calls with clients. We use quite a lot of technology like Zapier to then connect where that's going, and pops up on Teams. You've got a meeting booked. So it's kind of pervasive around our kind of scheduling now. It's especially useful for interviews. So if someone is like a second stage interview, we've maybe got 4 accounts who can do that. We can round robin them equally. There's no one person doing all the interviews. It's kind of equally spread. So we use it across the whole board.
And so in terms of like notifications, do you send reminders? Do you use follow-up emails? Like, are there any of those that you use that you find useful?
Yeah, so we use the email follow-up, the text message feature to kind of prompt them to remember you've got a call kind of thing. And that does help. That means the retention goes up in terms of people getting to that call is a lot higher.
So how do you gauge whether they're the right customer or not? Do you have questions on the booking form to see whether they're appropriate?
Yeah. We'll do the custom booking form, see whether we'll have like a UTM, which will come through, so we know where they've come from, and then we'll say, okay, that's come from YouTube, and then we'll see the questions. If it's come from that source, then it could be a tentative booking. So we say, look, we're just going to confirm if this is going ahead or not. And in some cases, we're like, really sorry, we can't help you with this. Or we'll say, yep, that's brilliant, we can help you with this, and we can accept the booking.
Excellent. All these things are the things these are some of my favorite features. Why my face lights up when somebody says a tentative feature. I love that. I really appreciate your time. It's been really a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you.